The president is suffering unprecedented harassment from Congress and other agents of Congress in terms of harassing investigations, subpoenas for his financial records, subpoenas and requests for his tax records, the sorts of material that Congress rarely, if ever, has asked of any other president, and it's inappropriate to ask of this president. It's violative of his rights. I would suggest it is designed to attack and undermine the presidency in an unconstitutional way. But the president recognizes that the game is on in terms of Nancy Pelosi and the House Democrats and their allies creating a fake scandal and calling it obstruction when the president objects to these harassing, redundant investigative requests from Congress about Russiagate, and again, prying improperly into his business affairs and his personal finances. Just truly abusive activities by Congress. The president is obviously tired of it. He had a meeting this week with Nancy Pelosi to talk about infrastructure, and he basically told them, look, if you want to do something, that's fine, but it's not going to happen as long as you accuse me falsely of a cover-up. And so the game is that Nancy Pelosi is creating this fake crisis over the president's objections to lawless requests for information, and they're suggesting that's impeachable. So they couldn't impeach him on collusion because there's no collusion. They couldn't impeach him on obstruction because there's no obstruction. Instead, they're going to invent this fake fight over documents they have no constitutional right to, or certainly to the right they have any rights they have to these documents are severely constrained and will be subject to court challenge. The president's already begun some court challenges. He's lost the initial lower court challenges in the 2 jurisdictions, but those will be taken up on appeal and likely go to the Supreme Court. So they're threatening to impeach him over this. And as I've told you, the sedition, the attack on President Trump began when he was a candidate. It continued through the beginning of the administration with James Comey and that crew targeting Trump improperly. Then you had it transform into the Mueller investigation. And in my view, the coup continues with the end of the Mueller investigation as they hand it off to Congress. Now, of course, literally, is it a coup? I don't know. I think there's a strong argument that when Congress seeks to create the circumstances to illicitly remove, without good reason, an elected president, I think it's fair to call it a coup. So this coup cabal, composed of House Democrats who obviously had been working, it's pretty clear, with the Clinton DNC, Obama Get Trump operation, Fusion GPS, all the rest trying to take out Trump. Now they're using the powers entrusted to them to the American people that they gained when they obtained the majority in November to harass one man. Remember, this is harassing one man. The president is president, but he's also a citizen. And the attacks on this one citizen, to me, are reprehensible. And this is not about policy agreements or disagreements with President Trump. We can all argue about whether there should be taxes, we can argue about amnesty, we can argue about whatever topic of public policy you want. But we should all agree that the powers of government shouldn't be used to abuse a citizen because of his political views. And I think that's what's happening here.